Hello everyone, this is Jess from the Estevan Public Library, and for today's Teen Curates, we are making constellation canvases to bring a little bit of the night sky into your room. For this project, you will need a framed canvas, a little bit of white and gold paint, and some black or dark navy blue paint, some tape, both a large and a small paintbrush, a nail, and a string of LED lights. You will also need a constellation pattern to follow and some newspaper to protect your tabletop. Let's get started. Before you start, lay down some scrap or some newspaper over top of your workspace to protect it. Next, if you have a white canvas like I do, paint it over with black or dark navy blue paint. Be sure to paint the sides of the canvas as well. Once you're done painting, set it aside to dry. Once it's dry, check it over to make sure there are no white spots on the front of the canvas. If there are, give it a second coat of paint. Once the paint has done drying, it's time to pick a constellation and paint it onto your canvas. For this project, I went online and found my favorite constellation and printed off a template. I picked Orion because he's the one I can find most consistently in the night sky. Once you've picked your constellation, place the pattern over top of your canvas. Using a nail, very carefully poke a hole into each star in your constellation. Once you're finished poking your holes, remove the pattern and pull out your white or your gold paint. Grab a small paintbrush and paint a dot over top every hole. My pattern showed me which stars were considered the biggest in the constellation, and I reflected that in my painting by making those ones big clusters. Once you're finished painting, set it aside to dry for a few moments. Once your dots have finished drying, you can connect them together to show a clear picture of the constellation. Using your pattern as a guide and the same color paint you used to make your stars, add lines in between each star to connect them together. You can also use a ruler to help you make straight lines. This part is optional, but it is fun and it adds some more stars to your night sky. Dip your brush into some paint and hold it over top your canvas. Using your thumb or index finger, brush it over top of your bristles. This will spatter paint over top the canvas and add more stars. I used both white and gold paint for my canvas, but you can use whatever combination of paint you'd like and add as many or as little stars to your canvas. Set it aside to completely dry once you're finished. Once your canvas is completely dry, use your nail to re-poke the holes you painted over. Once you're finished, grab your LED lights and untangle them. Before we work more with our lights, we need to attach our battery pack to the canvas as long as it's small enough. Add a little bit of tape or white glue to the back of the battery pack and place it in a corner of the canvas. Position it so you can still reach the on and off switch and change the batteries if you need to. Let it sit until it's dry. Before you attach your lights to your canvas, figure out the best path for your string of lights to take and use up the most of the LED lights. This may take a couple tries, but take your time. This is also a good time to see if your LED lights will fit into the holes you made. Take one of your light bulbs and very carefully press it into one of the holes. If it doesn't quite fit, take your nail and very gently wiggle it around the hole to enlarge it. Don't press too hard, otherwise you might tear the canvas. If the light bulb still doesn't fit into the hole, don't worry. Place it into or over top of the hole and secure it with tape. The light will still shine through the hole. Once you're happy with the pathway your string will take, it's time to attach your lights to the canvas. You can attach the lights by inserting a light bulb into each hole in the canvas. But again, if you can't do this, don't worry. Just make sure there's a light over top of each hole and secure it with tape or with glue. You can also secure the string to the canvas by taping down any loose ends. This way, your string won't get attached to any nails or hooks or anything else it shouldn't when you go to hang it. Before you finish, be sure to add a piece of tape to the end of the string so it doesn't detach. This is also a good time to double check and make sure no other area needs to be reattached. Once you're finished, you can find a place to display your artwork, wait till night, and enjoy. And now you have your own little bit of the night sky to hang in your room. Thank you all so much for joining me for this Teens Create. The written instructions for this project can be found in the video description below. If you enjoyed this and want to show off your work, be sure to tag us on your social media posts. I hope you can all join us for our next Teens Create, but until then, take care.